I just realized I forgot to connect the chat here. 1 second, I'll get on that. It's kind of rushing a bit, going as fast as possible tonight. Getting started with this lovely dinosaur domination. It's going to be good. Actually, I'll take out one of my headphones. Sounds a little weird with both of them in, but as I mentioned, as some of you know, I'm going to be commentating on the painful turn of events last night. That was rough. I have it queued up here. That's why you don't see the music or anything. So let's get her going. And that's the behind the scenes of behind the scenes. The first few seconds before everything starts. I look so excited, don't I? Oh, man. I almost wanted to reuse the thumbnail from last night for tonight, because I'm starting out with Trumpeting Carnosaur, and that's going to make a difference. Let's get to that first match, though. Seeing, what I could do, what might have happened differently if I had been using it. The painful Quintorius canned. That was rough stuff. I can imagine. I trimmed all 3 Galtas. Well, 3 of them. There's still a single copy because I love Galta Primal Hunger. But since I trimmed 3, making space for some of the Trumpeting Carnosaurs, potentially in this match, that game here, you could think maybe Galta would have been Trumpeting Carnosaur. Perhaps I would have been able to take out Quintorius canned when it resolves and I have nothing. It's quite painful indeed. And pretty rough to start the night off with that, but I knew I had Trumpeting Carnosaur at least in the sideboard. Certainly starting out and giving myself a chance is going to be absolutely amazing. It didn't quite work out. I had a fantastic comment about waiting to see what they copy. And that certainly could have been a very good thing, although I believe... Go back just a second. Spark Double. Possibly taking it out. You may have it enter as a copy. So it doesn't enter and then copy. I don't know which they're going to target. I mean, chances are it is going to be Quintorius. But if I took out Quintorius, they would just choose to copy Trumpeting Carnosaur, unfortunately. It's a little bit rough. If they only had Quintorius, I would take it out and Spark Double has nothing to copy, which would be quite nice. But they already had some Trumpeting Carnosaurs, so because it enters as... That's unfortunate. Unfortunate indeed. Didn't get him. Trumpeting Carnosaur got the better of me, sadly. That was rough stuff. Oh, yeah. And the Rakdos here. Imagining if I had started out with maybe Trumpeting Carnosaur, could have finished off that Blood Tithe Harvester in game 1. Might have bought me enough time. Or just the Bone Crusher Giant. Right there might have been nice. Stop myself from taking 8 damage, 4 over 2 turns, or 8 over 2 turns, really, from that. I think could be a pretty big difference maker for sure. Taking out some of this stuff here is pretty nice. Would have been nice with Brotherhoods End. Kept them down a little bit, but too little too late. Having a bunch of them and having to deal with Shieldred, which Hour of Devastation tonight. I could have gone Hour of Devastation to take Shieldred out, but that was not the case. If Brotherhoods was instead Hour of Devastation, which it is tonight, we know for a fact, that would have been 2 hours, boom, Shieldred, done, smoked. That would have bought a lot of time. Taken out Liliana and possibly taken her out if she's ticked up a little bit. Gone +1 to make us discard. Done it again, sitting at 5 loyalty. Very nice to just drop her. Drop a lot of planeswalkers, really, because I hit creatures and planeswalkers all together. And definitely I can see myself having to wait to get that second source of red. Sometimes it is a little bit painful for Brotherhoods, but by the time I would have enough for Hour of Devastation, I would imagine I probably have gotten my second source of red by then. Needing to get the second source of red by turn 3 can be a little bit problematic, that's for sure. especially if Sunken Citadel enters. I have to choose green to help with Castle Garenbrig. Or then it's a Castle Garenbrig and maybe another Sunken for a source of red. It's a little bit dodgy. I might have to wait till at least turn 4 just to have 2 sources of red. And it's rough stuff. The aristocrats, whatever you want to call it, sacrificing creatures, making us lose life. Never fun. Of course, the sweeper is going to be good. Carnosaur is going to be nice. Taking out Tyvar, stopping all their creatures from doing their activated abilities right away, as if they had haste. Sometimes that can be quite painful, especially with Priest of Forgotten Gods. Rough stuff. Having that enter for 2, then they tap and make me sacrifice a Carnage Tart, sadly, as they did right here. If we go back a few seconds. Yeah, right there. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Painful with Tyvar's ability. Not a pretty sight at all. Problematic. I mean, Brotherhood's End is devastating against this deck. All the creatures are so low. I don't really need the 5 damage, but, it'll do the trick as well. Extra do the trick against that deck. That's going to be nice. Devastating. Well, that one took a while. So, yeah, Izzet Phoenix. That's one of my strongest matchups, I think. Nice to at least face it. Take down those pesky graveyard chickens. This was not fun. Oh boy. Just playing the Mosswood Dread Knight, then Glissa, then Shieldred. There's nothing really I could have done. Certainly, even if I had the Trumpeting Carnosaur in game 1, only taken out Glissa Sunslayer, potentially. I mean, I might have bought just enough time. Would have saved myself taking 6. I could see it maybe buying just enough turns. I only have to live to get to Galta's Stampede Tyrant to barf and play all those creatures. So yeah, even if I take out a Bone Crusher Giant, Glissa, and especially Glissa, because First Strike and Death Touch, that is never a pretty sight. It's never a common sight, but it seems like Golgari Midrange there has been creeping up in popularity. So yeah, again, just taking out one thing, as long as I buy myself a couple turns, save myself taking 6 damage, 2 hits from Glissa. By the time I have enough for Galta, that is going to be quite nice indeed. And looking at this here, potentially I could have had Hour of Devastation, taking out the Sentinel of the Nameless City, being at 5 toughness there. So nice to take out a wider range of creatures with that Hour of Devastation. Not having to worry. Taking out Shieldred with the 5 toughness and everything underneath, which is likely, pretty much everything. Most of the time. My, oh my. Oh, yes, the painful Jund Dinos. Lovely for the opponent. Not really anything I would have been able to do. Turn 1, Ixaly's Lorekeeper into the nasty turn 2 Pugnacious Hammer Skull. Yeah, I mean, Hour of Devastation would have taken out a little bit, but still doesn't take out Pugnacious, which is partly why I'm using it tonight. Hour of Devastation, 5 damage. Boom, I have that lovely early body. Play it before Hour of Devastation, buy myself some time, threaten the opponent. They may not want to attack into a 6/6, so I just wait, and then boom, get the job done. May not have helped in that matchup, but it would have helped a little bit. Jund Midrange, well, that was certainly an interesting thing indeed. Nothing much I could do about that. Yeah, painful. And Grixis, Super Friend, speaking of taking out Planeswalkers, Hour of Devastation certainly would have been extra devastating against that deck. The Planeswalkers that have got up to 4 loyalty, 5 loyalty, I imagine in a lot of cases I would completely sweep and decimate most of what that opponent was doing, taking out probably a lot of the Planeswalkers a lot of the time. Extra helpful there. But I think that's pretty good for now. Get the Full screen out of the way. Boom. Oh, whoa. Hey. How's it going? Get my headset out. Get the music going. Fired up. Ready to go. Only takes a quick second. Shuffle. Play. And we're on our way. Turn off that window capture. Oh, good. Actually, I can turn off this as well. Oh, I love that art too with Nicol Bolas. It's not the original art for Hour of Devastation, but I think it is better than the actual art for that card. Certainly a little bit more scary and menacing, and it was better quality. I was looking up potential Nicol Bolas stuff that featured him, and that really stuck out quite a bit. Well, hey, that's close enough. Right at the bottom of the power and toughness. I'll take it. Yeah. Hour of Devastation. Good. What changed, though, from last night? Oh, I forgot. I can't believe I forgot to turn on the KO border. It's the Proud Dino now. Sometimes I switch up the image on the left side there, but Pugnacious Hammerskull. I switched this with Up the Beanstalk. Pugnacious doesn't draw a card off Up the Beanstalk, but I think more in general, just starting out with Pugnacious to have an early creature, a big creature, the best creature, pretty much, trade with pretty much anybody. Buy myself some time, possibly, in some scenarios, able to put down 2 Pugnacious Hammerskulls with that Castle Garenbrig. Turn 4, make 6 green, boom, get her done. And then Up the Beanstalk if I face off against Control or some deck where Pugnacious is basically going to die, not really helpful, that sort of thing. Pugnacious switches with Up the Beanstalk because, again, taking out Pugnacious, I wasn't drawing a card from Up the Beanstalk anyways. Get myself some card advantage. Good. Draw into the dinos that can't be countered against that Control deck, if and when we do face it. Yeah, just generally, overall, I think it could be better starting with this. And then it's Quinth. Might as well have some more removal. I could maybe go up a copy or 2, but at least having 1. I like it. Again, Commune with Dinosaurs. I can dig to grab this dinosaur. I can dig to grab my removal because it is a dinosaur. Also, Trumpeting Carnosaur is a dinosaur. If I sense that, it might be something funny. It's going to be Quintorius, Discover Combo, Amalia, Explore, all of that stuff. Instant speed, can't be countered, 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker. I think that's going to get me out of enough sticky situations in game 1. Take them down, decks that focus on one particular card to really go off. Oh, it feels lovely. And then if I just always hold up 3 mana, at least I wait. Maybe the opponent doesn't do their thing. This still stays in hand. And I reach the point of getting to Galta's Stampede Tyrant. So then naturally Trumpeting Carnosaur just enters the battlefield as a part of all the creatures that Stampede Tyrant puts out. And then I discover 5 and maybe I get a Pugnacious, or I get a second Regis or Alpha off of the Discover 5, and everything goes downhill from there. That's going to be fantastic. Even if I'm waiting, it's good. It's not like it goes to waste. It's not like it's actual just removal for 2 or 3, an instant or a sorcery. It's still fantastic. It doesn't just stay in my hand. If I do my thing, boom, it gets even better. My goodness. I love that. I'm going to have to get used to just always holding up 3 more often. If I have a scenario where I could have something entered tapped or not tapped, we'll do that. It's going to be good. Lovely stuff. Obstinate Baloth still in there. If and when I do face mono black, waste not discard. Rough stuff. Back to nature. I don't face a lot of 5-color Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation, sacrificing enchantments, playing spells for free based on the number of lands that the opponent has. It's not common. I could certainly trim this. I could see myself doing it, but I love this. I love hating on that deck, because if I don't have something like Back to Nature, well, there is nothing like it, but I don't like getting caught out. I feel pretty good against everything else, pretty much. Again, Greasefang is a graveyard deck. Trumpeting Carnosaur would take out Greasefang. Izzet Phoenix, I don't really worry or care about. Pugnacious Hammerskull, it could be very good against Phoenix. It would take one Lightning Axe plus another piece of removal. They would have to double up basically all the time. I'm fine with that. They want to throw 2 Fiery Impulses towards Pugnacious. That's okay. It might not be okay because it would help the opponent casting multiple spells in a turn. Help them meet the painful requirement of at least casting 3 instant or sorceries. Then they get their Arclight Phoenixes out of the graveyard onto the battlefield. So yeah, having a nice juicy target like this, I mean, naturally they might want to target one creature twice. We'll see how that goes. But at the very least, they gotta spend 2 things to get rid of it. That's all right by me. Yeah, I'm excited. I still want to keep it up the beanstalk. I don't want to cut that. Not anytime soon. That's for sure. Yeah, if something's going to kill Pugnacious, if it doesn't make sense, that's going to be pretty straightforward. An Hour of Devastation. Well, that takes out... What doesn't it take out? There you go. Might be still a little slow for aggro, but again, Pugnacious to enter, fine by me. Maybe I just have to play Itzquinth on turn 2 to be a body to block some of the opponent's little creatures, and then Pugnacious afterwards, and it buys me just enough time to get to Hour of Devastation. Then I smoke the opponents. Most of the opponents. Everything the opponent has, potentially. Oh, that's going to be lovely. Whew. I say we jump into it, though. And another point I almost forgot to mention. When I was watching back last night, I'm still in the habit of grabbing more lands than I need. There were a couple times at least that I saw where I had 4 lands, a Sunken, a Castle. I was able to make 6 green eventually, and I'm just in the habit of grabbing another land, or sending a Planeswalker to the bottom. It was Vivian Reed, I believe. I sent her to the bottom because I wanted to keep a bunch of lands. I think I had 3 plus a Sylvan Scrying, which would have gotten me my 4th. So I could have kept Vivian, sent one of the lands to the bottom, something like that, and still felt pretty good about that scenario. Just because I can make a bunch of mana with few lands. We'll keep that in mind as well. Nope, not that. That's not going to be good. I'm just excited to see how tonight compares to last night, and well, that is as good as I could hope for. We're looking at 8 eventually. 2 Sunkens and Castle Garenbrig, 6 green. Cavern of Souls is 7. Sylvan. There we go. Now the question becomes, would I send Cavern to the bottom? Potentially. Because I want to keep Galta's Stampede Tyrants. Yeah, you know what? We're going Carnage Tyrant on turn 4 anyways. I like the looks of that. It would be nice if I could go Carnage Tyrant on turn 3. I was a little bit worried about that. Thoughtseize is probably coming up next turn, I would imagine. Maybe they thought I was going to play some sort of creature with Sunken Citadel, Llanowar Elves or whatnot, which I think certainly would have been dead. Or it could be Grixis Phoenix. Grixis Graveyard Chicken. Oh boy. Oh, there we go.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Nate, how's it going? Hopefully all is great. Oh boy. Here goes nothing. Commune with Dinosaurs. Definitely dig to grab a forest for Castle Garenbrig. But even if it's countered, it doesn't matter. I'm still going Carnage Tyrant anyways. But it would be nice to get a forest at least. Okay, well, it's Rockfall Vale, sadly, but you can't counter a land. Next turn, we can make 7 with that Rockfall plus the castle. Lovely, lovely stuff. That's exactly what I want to start out with. Their counter spells, their removal, their fiery impulse, dead. Nothing. Lightning axe, doesn't matter. Although, chances are they don't have lightning axe. It's mostly just blue and black. And then they discard a bunch of... Oh, they got rid of Field of Ruin, which I was actually thinking about. Oh, maybe it's not what I think it is. Odd. But bringing in Alpine Moon, 1 red, name Field of Ruin, that has ruined my chances again. It seems like multiple times a day they pop that to destroy Castle Garenbrig. Not a pretty sight. Multiple decks, any deck can use it because it takes colorless or mana of any color. Painful stuff, indeed. We're gonna get him though. We'll get him. Oh, nuts. They have a fatal push, but they're tapped out. So Narset gone. Possibly could have waited, gone with Galta Stampede turn next turn, but they can't fatal push Palanis Hatcher. I just like taking the opportunity to get rid of Narset, not have to worry about it. A Galta and a Carnage next turn is going to be pretty devastating, I would think. I would hope. Maybe they just pack it in at that point. Oh darn, they're going to take out a 3/3. If they tap out for, well, any large amount of mana, they're probably done for. Do it. Oh, nuts. Well, there's the Galta Primal. Yeah, best of luck. Best of luck to the opponents.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
And Cavern of Souls, I mean, that's the icing on the cake. They can't counter Galta Stampede Tyrant. Perfect. They probably have a counter spell. Dead. They might have removal for Palanis Hatcher. Is going to be a little bit problematic, but, if they don't have removal for Palanis Hatcher, definitely dead. Oh. Gonna kill her. That's what it's all about. There you go. Now you compare that, and I'm not razzing, I'm not hating on other variations of Dino decks. Certainly I used ones that involved cheaper creatures for years, 3.5, 4 years. But I must admit, this is absolutely my favorite way to do it. But think, oh man, they still didn't fix it. Imagine if you were using all those little things. Everything would be dying, killing. You wouldn't be able to rely on the small creatures. I think I've pretty much established what type of deck I'm super good at. If I do nothing, but I still get there. The opponent does nothing. I'm just, playing lands for the first few turns. Oh, castle. You can't Thoughtseize away a land. Oh, you can't counter land. Boom, sunken. Castle. Maybe they have a counter spell. They want to wait to use it on something more impactful, and they don't counter Commune, which they definitely should have, because now I dig. Maybe I grab a second sunken for the turn, and, well, it's all over at that point. Possibly. Back to nature. That is for the mostly non-existent 5-color Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation. Pretty much the deck I'm most scared about, even though, I don't really face it. Certainly I can see myself just cutting it, trimming it. I might do that. Bring in some life gain hate as well. Giant Cindermaw, something like that. We'll see. But I've loved it before. It's nice to not be caught out by that particular deck. Scary stuff. However, Pugnacious, trim it. It's kind of a control type deck. It might not be Grixis Phoenix, but get out of there. I certainly feel like it is. Probably. I'm just happy I sideboarded in time. Struggling against Rakdos. Hopefully I can get revenge for you. It is pretty painful stuff. But this looks like it's It's going to be pretty painful for the opponent. I'd be surprised if I didn't face Rakdos at least once tonight. That'd be very surprising. Oh, Cavern of Souls. We want that counterspell protection. Love it. Now hopefully they don't counter up the beanstalk. Certainly there's well, I want to use Sylvan Scrying to grab Sunken Citadel. We'll see if we can get the counterspell burnt on this. Okay, I guess not. Nice to get up the beanstalk down before Narset Parter avails. I definitely appreciate it. Oh, okay. See what they do with this. Don't counter it. Maybe they were ready and waiting. Oh boy. They counter it, don't they? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So their counterspell was a sinister sabotage, unfortunately. Commune with Dinosaurs might not grab Sunken Citadel, but at least I have another Sylvan, and that should do the trick. Yeah. Okay. Well, I got two. Good. You better have two counterspells because you're about to go down. Good luck. Lights out. Oh man, fantastic. Regis or Alpha next turn. Can't be countered. Love it. I draw a card. Oh, Shark Typhoon. They made it 2-2. Nuts. Whatever is going to happen. Oh, Ashiok. Nightmare's Muse. Oh, darn. Well, they're completely tapped out. I'm going to decimate them because Sylvan Scrying is going to grab another Sunken. That's going to supercharge and potentially allow us to get Galta Stampede next turn. And then they die. As long as they don't have Thoughtseize, I think that's a very real possibility, though. Sadly. Probably going to happen. But if it doesn't, they might have Ether Gust, sending Galta Stampede back to the top or the bottom. But they're not super aggressive, so if that was the case, I'd just keep, going again and again and again. If this lands, that's like, that's revenge on something black at least. Good luck. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, yes, I would hope that's satisfying. If you're going to do something, do that. I got there in a stable way. I don't mess around. You grind it out back and forth. Starting off on the right note. It's not Quintorius, but I was certainly ready for Quintorius if that was the case. I had two Trumpeting Carnosaurs right there. Man. The Trumpeting might have grabbed another Palanes, up the beanstalk, a second up the beanstalk. And keep in mind, Discover 5, hopefully I grab Palanes Hatcher or Regisaur. But even if I grab up the beanstalk, that's not the worst thing in the world. I could grab a Commune with Dinosaurs, which at the very least would allow me to dig and get something else. Okay, that's redemption for last night's pain. I brought an overwhelming amount of pain. Is it overkill? I don't think so, because I want to make sure I kill. No matter what, redundancy upon redundancy. 3 Regis or Alphas. Maybe they had 2 go for the throats, something like that. I'm down low. They would have taken out both Regis or Alphas, but definitely with 3 of them, everything is still going to have haste, I would imagine. Oh, yeah, that's a no-brainer. My goodness, that's perfect. I'm looking at 6. Yeah. Hopefully a Carnage turn at some point. Again, it is very rough. I can't play Regisaur on turn 4. because it is just that straight green, but a very real possibility. Either I see Sylvan Scrying, or the land right there, Sylvan Scrying, or the next land, or Commune to dig for a land to set up for. Oh, it is Quintorius. Okay, unfortunately, I think. Okay, well, we didn't have you know who. Okay. I jinx myself saying Quintorius, but we'll get him. We have the thing to do the thing. Okay. Now I know what I have to prioritize. That darn elephant. I even had enough mana to take him out, and that would have bought me possibly enough time, unfortunately. I'm just glad I have something. But it seems maybe Quintorius combo is becoming a little bit more popular. I've certainly been facing it. Maybe not every single day. Once every 2 days. Yeah. We'll get him, though. We'll get him. What? Not with that. I mean, it's kind of nice if there was that Trumpeting Carnosaur. One more mulligan. Oh boy. Okay, that's what it's gonna have to be. You know what, I kind of like keeping Trainix Rex. Again, like I said, Commune with Dinosaurs. We're going to dig and hopefully grab Trumpeting Carnosaur. Oh boy. Trumpeting Carnosaur. Oh, still no Trumpeting Carnosaur. Nuts. Pugnacious it is. At the very least, I should be able to play something on turn 3. Apply some pressure a wee bit. That's just too bad. Multiple mulligans and digging. Oh, okay, well, I'm going that. That's even better. At the very least, getting Trainix Rex on turn 4. Beautiful. Still might be too little too late. Maybe they have some sort of counter spell or something like that. They discard or make a treasure. They're able to, yeah, I know. Well, it's not that good. Okay, I guess they're still gonna do their thing. Now they make 5, yeah. Well, we had something and we just didn't see something. Well, that's just how it goes. Nuts. Maybe I should bring in more stuff for that deck. It is very painful. Maybe it was a little bit too satisfying, the previous match, the first one there. I decimated them too good. The algorithm had to be like, oh, you talked about Quintorius canned. Well, we're going to hand you some pain to balance things out. Now, back to nature. Basically non-existent. The 5-color fires, I say I just bring in more interaction. Something that takes out Quintorius. I got Trumpeting Carnosaur. For Quintorius, when they go discover 4, I just discard it, and I can deal 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker. Takes out Quintorius, instant speed. I could take out Amalia with Trumpeting. I can take out a lot of stuff. Greasefang has 3 toughness. Trumpeting Carnosaur could take out Greasefang as well. Everything. Starting off with, oh, I know. Think about it. I start off with instant speed interaction that can't be countered because it's discarding with it. And I can grab my instant speed uncounterable interaction with Commune. Sadly, I didn't do that against Okay, wow, so I'm keeping. But yeah. And then if I don't use it, if I have it, I'm waiting. If Trumpeting Carnosaur is part of Ghalta, that's good. That's good. Beautiful. Oh, be Quintorius. I'm going to smoke him. Get him. Okay, that's a little painful. Very good for us, though. They didn't go Thoughtseize, sending Sylvan Scrying to the bottom. So with that Castle Garenbrig, getting Carnage Tyrant on turn 4. Oh, the Rakdos. Good. Neat. I'm going to get revenge for you. You know what, Regis or Alpha. I might use Trumpeting Carnosaur to take out Bone Crusher Giant or something like that. We'll see. Here we go. A Fable. Okay. Trumpeting Carnosaur, take out Fable would be quite nice indeed. Cross your fingers they don't have Liliana of the Vale or Sheoldred's Edict. But I think that's a common... Well, it's a very real possibility. Yeah. Regis or Alpha next turn, Trumpeting Carnosaur the turn after that, if I don't have to discard it and deal 3 damage, we'll see. No Sheoldred's Edict. Don't do it. Okay. Well, Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Not too bad. Brotherhoods End is going to be pretty nice coming up here, though. Eventually. Oh, Ghalta. We get to Ghalta. I can make 6 this turn. Well, 7. Do I want to pay 2 life? Do I want to go Regis or Alpha? Not so much. That's probably getting killed. You would think. Nah. I'll see what they do to Carnage Tyrant. Maybe Sheoldred trades with it because they have a second copy. Sometimes that's the case, but sometimes they just block to get it out of the way. I'm hoping they have a second copy though, because that means they tap out to play her pretty much. They will make a treasure when they attack with the goblin. Play another one. You know you wanna. Do it. Do it. Oh boy. Well, they'll be getting rid of Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, unfortunately. That's too bad. Ah, shucks. Oh, whoa. Do they have 2 Thoughtseize? Okay. They goofed up there.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
There you go. There's revenge. It is nice to surprise the opponent. They don't realize what's about to happen and they make a critical mistake. Just like that. You're dead. You're done. Lights out.
I am inevitable.
Oh, they're not actually. They will be dead. Good luck. Get them. It could have removal for Ghalta to go for the throats. Certainly would be painful. But I have Tyrannix Rexes. I have a lot of stuff. Well, we'll see. Just a Liliana of the Vale or Sheoldred's Edict. That would be rough. Kroxa. They're going to be croaking. They can make a lot of treasures, though, which could be problematic. Maybe. Huh. Just let them through, I think. I don't want any funny business happening. I'm not dead if I take 4. They could have something up their sleeve. I don't want that to happen. I'm not worried being at 7. Make them jump through as much of a hoop as possible to take things out. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool Bone Crusher Giant you got there, buddy. See you later. I'm just glad I got revenge for you. Man, that was good stuff. That's how you do it. Oh, okay. Pugnacious Hammer Skull. That dies pretty quickly. Well, maybe I want to keep it. You know what? Keep it in. Again, it's a big creature, stops this stuff. We're trimming Trumpeting Carnosaur. That only takes out one thing. Hour of Devastation takes out everything that they have, including Shieldred. And I want to bring it in at least a few times tonight. But I'll still probably use it, at least for a few days. Get a very good feel for it. Do I like Obstinate Baloth? A little bit. If I have it in my hand, they go Kroxa. We get them pretty good. Huh. Maybe. Actually, I can see myself trimming Pugnacious. Up the Beanstalk time. Sometimes up the Beanstalk, well, it kills me with a Shieldred out on the opponent's side, but Hour of Devastation has a mana value of 5, so it's pretty nice to draw again when I do my sweeper. That's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I'm liking the looks of this. Got my 2 sources of red eventually. Painful Blood Tithe Harvester though. We'll see. Okay, it's no hour yet. We're not dead. We're not dead until we're at 0. Ooh, nuts. Whatever creature am I going to discard? Regis or Alpha? Plains Hatcher could be quite a bit better. Again, it's 3 bodies in 1. Even if I have to chump block with one of the eggs, that's alright. Castle Garenbrig next turn, that would be beautiful. Able to go again with the turn 4 Tyrannix Rex. Hasty, take out Liliana, possibly. At the very least, it looks like I should be alive to smoke him. Would be nice to play a creature, draw out a -2 from Liliana of the Vale. Possibly could have just simply discarded a land. I probably have enough at this point, but I want to be safe. Okay, not quite. Where's that Hour of Devastation when you need it? Ooh, painful. Not too bad. Liliana would go down to 1, which is alright. We don't want her to ultimate, that's for sure. I think it's got to be Rockfall Vale. I still like keeping Palanis. A bunch of bodies, Tyrannix Rex, Carnage Tyrant at some point. Okay. Well. I think I'm basically dead. 100%, I'm almost certain Liliana of the Vale is going to ultimate, separating all the permanents I have into 2 piles, and then I choose the pile to sacrifice. Bone Crusher Giant has to block it to save Liliana, so at the very least, I take out Bone Crusher. They know they want to ultimate. We'll see how that goes. Oh boy. Would have been nice to connect though. Stop her from doing this. It's always interesting how they split it up. Usually it's pretty straightforward what is the best, and just because it is an uncommon deck, the opponent might make a combination. One of the piles is really good, and if they were more familiar, they might not have made that particular pile. Oh boy. Hopefully Up the Beanstalk is in the good pile that I want to keep. Hopefully I don't accidentally sacrifice the good pile, which okay, select a pile to sacrifice. Ooh. Oh, both Sunken Citadels. I like that. Yeah, that's... Actually, oh, I almost did it. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. I get Castle Garenbrig, they're dead. Beautiful. Okay, well, that's alright. We'll make it work. Planie's Hatcher, might as well take out Den of the Bugbear. Stop him from making more and more and more goblins and... Well, I do get Castle Garenbrig, but too little, too late. Oh boy, strap yourselves in. That's going to be good. But definitely Obstinate Baloth. Thinking about it again, Liliana, the +1, makes me discard Obstinate Baloth. Good stuff. Croxa, discard. And they do have Thoughtseize, but they would never choose Obstinate Baloth because it would just enter the battlefield. Gain me 4 life. Oh, that is perfect. Hopefully no turn 1 Thoughtseize. It would be ideal to get that Sylvan Scrying, grab a Castle Garenbrig. Oh, alright. We're rolling in it. Carnage Tyrant somewhere in the mixture here. Sources of Red as well. That is going to be a little bit rough for the opponent. No Thoughtseize. Don't do... Oh, good. Okay, well, that's alright. Blood Tithe Harvester getting pretty big there. 4 power. It'll go to 5 power potentially next turn with Inti, Senshal of the Sun. Painful stuff. Lovely addition to Rakdos or something red. Whenever they attack disc... Okay, well, we're not going Carnage Tyrant, unfortunately. That's too bad. But whenever they attack, they can... Okay, well... Oh, the Hour of Devastation. The hour is upon us. Gotta get my first source of red just in case to see if I draw a second one. I don't, but we're getting there. Oh, intense. Hopefully they don't have you-know-who. Oh, boo. They're digging for something. No Sheoldred's Edicts. Don't do it. They must not have it. It's pretty straightforward. They just... Okay, good. We scare away the aggression. They don't attack. Beautiful. Absolutely. Oh, it's Quinth. There you go. Maybe I'll add in more copies of That Good Buddy. Perfect. Taking out Blood Tithe Harvester. Oh, man, amazing. Haste as well. Threatening Inti. That's perfect. Oh, I'm getting extra good revenge on you. They're dead next turn. Nate. I'm getting a redemption. Man. It's all around good stuff. Devastating, absolutely. Don't exactly need our devastation, but you can see and sense how beautiful it would be. Oh, good. I'm glad to give you hope. And give any of you guys hope if you have been feeling pain. You know, the good stuff can happen. Smoke them. See you later, buddy. Galta to draw a card. We put Galta out. Ooh, it's not a dino, but that's okay. That's okay. They're still dead.
You won! You did it!
Okay. Hopefully that continues. But that it's Quinth. That was pretty clutch. Yeah, I can see myself adding a couple more copies, at least a second one again, with Commune, like whatchamacallit, a Trumpeting Carnosaur. I don't know why I blanked on that. I probably need more sleep and more coffee, but like Trumpeting Carnosaur, I can grab it with Commune. I can grab my removal with Commune. I wouldn't be grabbing many wins with this. It could be Rakdos Sacrifice. We do see Jengatha. Could be Elementals. Boros Heroic. That's a perfect hand. Doesn't get better than that. It was really bad and then it becomes beautiful. Turn 3 Pugnacious. Turn 4 Carnage Tyrant. What's not to love? Sunken Citadel to start. Maybe Cavern of Souls or Stomping Ground. We'll see. Nah, because it is something painful. And if it is Rakdos Sacrifice, they would be stealing Pugnacious with their Claim the Firstborn. 1 red, gain control of a creature with mana value 3 or less, which Pugnacious is. Okay. Artifacts. Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Could be painful. Set up for a pretty painful turn eventually. Get the second Sunken. I know it's turn 4 Carnage. Turn 5, the second Sunken Citadel as the 5th land. Hopefully it's good, but it seems like it's Izzet Ensoul artifacts. Something not great. That's for sure. Hopefully, actually, it's Tyranic Rex now with the second Sunken Citadel. That is a tongue twister, my goodness. Doesn't seem like they're doing a whole lot. Nothing super crazy. I'm almost tempted to go Pugnacious. You know what, let's do that. 2 lovely bodies. That's what I'm talking about. I tapped 3 lands, I played both of those. Maybe that happens on turn 4. That's also a good backup thing. Whew. And I didn't have Cavern of Souls. Potentially they could have had some counter spells, even if it is Ensoul artifact. I have a 6/6 staring down a 5/5 when they enchant one of theirs. Kind of tempted to just go Trumpeting Carnosaur. Commune. You know what? Commune. I want to dig for Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Maybe. Or Ghalta Primal Hunger. Okay, that's what we're doing. Good stuff. I think we could be pretty aggressive. See what they do. Draw out some blockers. We're not super low. Maybe if I was below 10, I'd worry about the potential of big creatures hitting us. Ensoul artifact. 1 in the blue enchants an artifact and makes it a 5/5. Not fun. At least I have the lovely Carnage turn to maybe deter some aggression. Shrapnel Blast, though. Well, hopefully they don't have another one. Otherwise, we're dead. Oh boy. Almost. Carnage turn to block the goblin. I would take 3 from their creatures. Exactly. Oh, okay. Okay, it's not. Good. Phew. I was worried there for a second. Oh! Oh! There you go. Dead. Hopefully I grab something with haste, but yeah. Cross your fingers I do. Hasty. You can do it. That's a little bit rough. Okay, maybe it's not a good game. We'll see. Bunch of their creatures have to block, though. They lose 3 things. Hopefully that buys me time. Yeah, it's just rough I didn't get a hasty thing to actually finish them off. So they could actually finish us next turn. If they have another Shrapnel Blast, we will not last, sadly. But I still have 3 creatures to block. I would only take 2 from the Spyglass Siren. Okay, they got a Shrapnel Blast, don't they? They're digging for a Shrapnel Blast. They didn't get it. Oh, there we go. Man, that was lovely stuff. Izzet, Ensoul artifacts, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm going to clue in that they haven't fixed it yet. I'm going to remember. I just love talking about what happened right after the first game. Or most games. Do I like Hour of Devastation? Seems like a pretty devastating thing. Again, sometimes they enchant the Darksteel Citadel. A land taps for a colorless. They put Ensoul artifact on that artifact land. It's a 5/5. Indestructible. What does Hour of Devastation make all creatures lose? Indestructible. Beautiful stuff. It's Quinth. Don't really need it, I don't think. Cult of Primal Hunger. Nah. Still like Pugnacious Hammerskull though. A nice big body, scaring away the big bodies, the 5/5 creatures that this opponent might potentially make. 2 Trumpeting Carnosaurs. Hour of Devastation is going to be the more devastating removal against this opponent, I would figure. Not going to be devastating with that hand. Not with that one either. Ouch. Okay, well, that's going to certainly be the keeper. Keep Carnage Tyrant, though. Hour of Devastation would take out Regisaur and the tokens, all of these creatures, sadly. I would try to use, Hour of Devastation before that. But Sunken. I'll still choose green, even though I need 2 red for Hour. By the time I get there, if we're not dead already. Okay, that's alright. Yeah, if we're not dead already, I should be able to find another red. Sometime. Get Castle Garenbrig. I don't have a forest yet. I don't have a play for 1 mana or 2. Castle Garenbrig always entering tapped at the moment. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's not great. 10 tends to do the trick, I must say. 5, 7. Well, I'll search for another source of red at the very least. Too little too late though. I certainly could get something that destroys all artifacts. That's a very real possibility. And yeah, that does tend to do it, sadly. And that courier was a 6/6. It already had a counter on it. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait for that to be fixed. Yeah, keep it like that. Again, a Pugnacious, getting that down early is going to be pretty scary for them. Hopefully mixing in Pugnacious Hammerskull and the Hour of Devastation. Not with that. That's going to be it. A little unfortunate, but Sylvan Scrying, Castle, and a Sunken. At the very least, Sylvan Scrying could grab the second Sunken. Able to make 6 green with 3 lands for Carnage. Pugnacious at some point there. Pretty good. Stomping Ground too, I like it. Okay. That's alright. It got burnt. But that means it's 1 less Spell Pierce. Sylvan Scrying to actually grab the Sunken. That's what I want. Get the counterspell burnt on the less impactful thing. That's going to do the trick. I hope. I can make 7. Tranix Rex would be ideal next turn, but at the very least, it is Carnage Tyrant. Crewing that pesky subterranean schooner. That has been a pretty good addition. Nice vehicle from the Lost Caverns. Whenever it attacks target creature that crewed it, explores. Painful stuff. I just hope Carnage Tyrant is painful enough. They can't counter it, they can't target it, they can't remove it. It's a 7/6. It grinds a lot of their aggression to a halt. If I draw Hour of Devastation next turn, that's going to be pretty scary for them. Nasty, I hope. I don't need any more lands at this point. Certainly, there's a lot of scenarios where this happens. I get a critical mass. I'm able to make 7, 6 green, and 1 red with those 4 lands. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Hour of Devastation, where you at? Okay, taking a bunch with the Dark Steel Citadel. That's pretty good. Take out that schooner. Hope we get Hour of Devastation next turn. Pretty much need it next turn. Okay, well, we'll see what Commune gets. Hopefully it doesn't pass up an Hour of Devastation. I like Palani's Hatcher instead. Multiple bodies. That's really where it's at this point. Buy us some time, I hope. I think we should be okay with 3 bodies to block, even though 8 is fairly low. We'll see if they have some sort of removal, flying, something like that. Oh, and I just get it. Here goes nothing. They must have a counterspell. Well, we're about to find out if they have a counterspell. Test the waters. Oh, that doesn't seem like they do. Okie dokie. Bounce, remove, something. I think it looks all right. Maybe. Oh boy. That's pretty devastating stuff. 19 trample damage. They got to block a whole lot just to save them. Oh! There you go. Night and day, but wildly different. Whew. Again, keep in mind, Pugnacious Hammerskull, that would have been up the beanstalk. Up the beanstalk might have drawn me a powerful creature, but it's nice to think about how it would have been different in certain scenarios. We'll never know, but certainly I probably appreciate having a Pugnacious in this moment instead of an up the beanstalk. I would have drawn a card when I played Galta, and that card draw might have been a Dinosaur, which then would have been put on the battlefield or something like that. Oh, man, that's good. I didn't even need Hour of Devastation. That is... But it would have been cool. Again, Darksteel Citadel, a 5/5 indestructible creature. Hour of Devastation smokes it. Who has that sweeper? And this deck is very, very painful and scary. Watch out for Ensoul artifact. Not a pretty sight, that's for sure. Whew, okay. 11:30. You know what? I think I'm going to get some sleep. I was almost passing out. I was actually nodding off this evening before I put my kids to bed, making the changes. Hour of devastation. Be nice if I had more hours of sleep. Mix and match. I think it was pretty much better. Much better direction. Trimming most of the copies of Galta, bringing in that Trumpeting Carnosaur. But either way, you never know what you're going to get. And I'm not afraid to do it live as often as possible and make separate videos. It's good. I'm not afraid to try any of your guys' ideas as well, which that was a fantastic one. Cloaked Phantom to trim the Galtas. I have a lot of suggestions from you guys, and sometimes it is good getting another perspective. I likely get stuck, and having somebody else see it from the outside, you clue in a little bit faster in some cases, and then it helps me get better faster than if I was just doing this myself. And there certainly are a lot of possibilities. Whatever variation you're playing, whatever deck, it might be solved something like Rakdos Midrange, but this is not solved. If there is one best way, they all have strengths and weaknesses, so at least as long as you enjoy whatever you're playing, that is good. That is good. And tonight was good. Right. See you guys next time. Have a good rest of your time zone. Peace.